I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with a 3-minute cattle market update for Friday, May the 13th, brought to you in part by the American Simmental Association. Check out today's Simmental, see what Sim Genetics can do for you. Go to simmental.org. Cash really surged again this week, but now the futures are starting to fail us a little bit, but it's really hard for us cattle guys to be cussing the board for volatility when the cash market's got so much volatility in it, and a whole lot more than the board has recently. But live cattle futures on the June contract, Wednesday was down 45 cents, Thursday was down 42. To end the day Thursday at 122.57, which is $10 to $12 discount to what cash market is, and that is a spot market even though it's June. Feeder cattle on the May contract, Wednesday was down $1.20. Thursday down $1.17 to end today Thursday at 147.82, which has really closed the basis, the positive basis that futures had to what cash was. Your CME feeder cattle index 145.60, and it's been going up pretty fast, so those have almost come together. Real-time index on Cattle Market Central was up 78 cents on Thursday, and it's a day ahead of the CME index, and it's at 146.45. Sold to fat cattle on Thursday there, a lot higher, quite a bit better than all of us expected. We were thinking maybe $2 to $3 higher. Ended up live sales in Southern Plains $5 to $6 higher, from 132 to 136. Your Northern Plains, Nebraska, and Iowa sales on the few live sales they had were $7 higher at 135, with the dress trade $10 higher at 210. So they've closed that gap. They've been running behind the Southern Plains for the last 2 or 3 weeks, but I'll just close that gap up in 1 week. But we're wondering how current we are. It seemed that the way that the trade come in, that packers are really looking for cattle and not finding as many as that were market ready as what they thought were out there. But it's hard to say that we're running real current. Our actual weight information come out again. It's 2 weeks behind, but only lost 2 pounds from the previous week, with the average dressed steer weighing 868 pounds compared to 870 pounds last week. And we thought that that would be losing several pounds, a lot more than that every week. And last week it was 8 pounds, but this time it was just 2 pounds. So it's not giving us a lot of indication that these cattle are getting a lot lighter. But we do see one thing: the grade on them has come down. Your choice grade is not as easily obtainable as it has been for a long time, and it's starting to come down. These cattle aren't grading near as well as they were. That gives you an indication that there's not as many days on them and they're not as big, so maybe we are getting current. But your box beef cutout values have been surging this week, and we knew that they would, right ahead of Mother's Day and Father's Day and Memorial Weekend coming up, and a lot of people going out, and they will be able to find some featured sales on some beef this year. And I know I'm preaching to the choir here. Most of us, you don't have to tell us to eat beef. We do at least 3 times a day. But some of the guys that don't watch this video or don't have their own beef, they still think that it's too high and they can't afford it. But we need to somehow get the word out to go back to the beef end of the meat case and check some things out, because especially your hamburger meat, but also a lot of your steak products are getting more affordable as these box beef cutout values have dropped. But look at your cash feeder market. El Reno, Oklahoma had over 11,000 head on Wednesday there. Market was $5 to $10 higher. Look at your market report, your automated report from Cattle Market Central there, and you can see how much of the run were big, heavy yearling cattle coming off graze out wheat. And we've just about played out this graze out wheat now, and it's just been a wonderful year for wheat. The cattle that were on the traditional season gained really well, and these graze out cattle have gained even better. And you look at those heavy cattle weighing over 9, and there was a lot of cattle weighing over 1,000 pounds, big steers coming off of there. It's not going to take many days on them, so we know that getting into the dog days of summer in July and on from there, that there's going to be a lot of market ready cattle coming out of these feedlots. That's when the fat cattle market tends to get really tough, and there's a little opportunity here if you've got some cattle turned out on grass for the summer, that we could get back up and get a decent price on them take that opportunity and contract your grass cattle, because if you wait till middle of summer in July and on, if you got fall delivery cattle, the market's really going to get tough late in the summer and right before those heavier supplies of calves hit the market. But look at the individual quote on Cattle Market Central there. Farmers and Ranchers Livestock, Salina, Kansas, Thursday night at 4 in the afternoon, or Thursday afternoon at 4 o'clock. They had a big load of steers weighed 866, bring $150.85. So we're back up there getting those 8-weight cattle, bringing over $1.50. That's 3 minutes. We'll talk to you next week.